Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, my name is Saifullah. I welcome you all to the platform of Javed Publisher. अपनी आज की इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 5 के कंप्यूटर स्टडीज़ के चैप्टर नंबर 5 इंट्रोडक्शन टू एमएस एक्सेल को स्टडी करेंगे। इस चैप्टर के अंदर हम एमएस एक्सेल के बारे में जानेंगे, उसके कंपोनेंट्स को सीखेंगे, वर्कबुक, वर्कशीट, फॉर्मूला बार और बहुत सी चीज़ों को स्टडी करेंगे। तो चलिए चलते हैं अपनी बुक्स की तरफ। एक्सेल इज यूज्ड टू अप्लाई फॉर्मूलाज एंड फंक्शंस टू परफॉर्म कैलकुलेशंस ऑन द डाटा, नंबर एंड टेक्स्ट and present the data in a variety of professional looking charts. Some of the main advantages of using Excel are calculations. Numbers and calculations are managed efficiently. Formula once written can be easily copied to the rest of the worksheet. If any changes are made in the values, the recollection is automatically performed. Advantage 2. Database management. Data is a collection of values. Data can easily be created, analyzed, and maintained in Excel. Finding a value and sorting of the data is also easy. Advantage 3. Charts. The pictorial representation of data is called a chart. You can create a variety of charts like pie chart, column chart, bar graph, etc. You can also make use of 3D effects. इसके अलावा और बहुत से स्प्रेडशीट प्रोग्राम्स भी अवेलेबल हैं। Many types of spreadsheet programs are available. Some of the popular spreadsheet are Lotus, Calc, Apple Numbers, and Numeric, etc. Now we learn how to start MS Excel. Starting MS Excel. Now you have an understanding of where the Microsoft Office is located on your computer. The steps to start MS Excel are: Step 1. Click on Start button. Step 2. Click on Excel. इसके अलावा आप Run विंडो को इस्तेमाल करके भी MS Excel ओपन कर सकते हैं। MS Excel can be also opened using Run window. Press Windows plus R keys. The Run dialog box appears. Type Excel in the box and click on OK button. New workbook file selection window appears. It displays the list of different type of new workbooks in the thumbnail view. Step 3. Click on Blank Workbook thumbnail option. The Microsoft Excel window appears with a blank workbook. A temporary name Book 1 is assigned to the workbook. Look at the components of the MS Excel window. तो इसके components हैं Components of MS Excel window. Microsoft Excel consists of the following components. Component 1. Quick Access Toolbar. It contains commands that are frequently used like save, undo, redo, print, etc. Title bar. It displays the name of the workbook and 3 control buttons: minimize, maximize, and close. Ribbon. It contains 2 parts: 8 tabs: file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. Each tab contains commands in different groups. Our next component is cell name box. It displays the name of the active cell or cell reference, the column letter and row number corresponding to the active cell displayed in the cell name box. Active cell. The selected cell is called the active cell or current cell. It is displayed with bold border that differentiates it from the rest of the cells. The highlighted box is called cell pointer. To select a cell, you have to just click on it. Tab or arrow keys on the keyboard can also be used to select the cells on the worksheet. To enter the data in a cell, you first need to select it. Next component is formula bar. It displays the data and formulas that you entered in an active cell. It can also be used for entering or editing data, labels, and formulas. Rows. These are horizontal line of cells and labeled using numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Columns. These are vertical lines of cells and labeled using letters that are A, B, C, D, and so on. Sheet tab. It indicates the name of the worksheet. and you can switch between the different sheets by clicking on it. Status bar. It displays information about current selection that includes total number, count of cells in the selection, that contains the data, average of the numeric values in the cells and sum of the numeric data in the cells, view button, zoom slider, etc. तो ये थे MS Excel विंडो के कुछ कंपोनेंट्स। अब हम कुछ मज़ीद टर्म्स को स्टडी करते हैं। Some important terms. Workbook. Each Excel file is known as a workbook. It can hold many worksheets. The default workbook is book 1. Worksheet. A worksheet is a collection of cells in the form of rows and columns. In MS Excel, by default, there is one worksheet in a workbook. These are represented in the form of tabs above the status bar. Columns. Columns are arranged vertically. These are represented as letters from A to Z and then AA to AZ and so on. There is a total of 16,384 columns. Rows. Rows are arranged horizontally. These are numbered from 1 to 1,048,576. The last row is 1,048,576. Cell. A cell is the intersection of a row and a column. Each cell can store a single item of data which can be text, number or a formula. Each cell has a unique address. Cell reference. Cell reference is the column letter and the row number that identifies a single cell. For example, A1 is a cell reference of the selected cell in the worksheet. A cell reference can be thought of as a cell name. The address of the first cell in a worksheet is A1 and the last cell address is XFD 1,048,576. Cell range. Cell range is a group of contiguous cells. Cells adjacent to each other. A cell range name consists of the cell address of the first cell, a colon and the last cell address. For example, B2 colon C4. The smallest range is a single cell and the largest range is an entire worksheet. Selecting or deselecting of cell or cell range. To select a cell, position mouse pointer on the cell that you want to select and click on it. To select an entire column, click on the column heading of the column that you want to select. And the shortcut key to select a cell is press any required arrow key that can be up, down, left or right. To select an entire row, press Shift plus space bar. And to select an entire column, press Ctrl plus space bar. Click on the row heading of the column that you want to select. To select a range of cells, for example, you are going to select the cells from B2 to C4. Click on the cell B2, click and drag the mouse to the cell C4. Release the left mouse button. इस तरह आप एक से ज़्यादा cells को select कर सकते हैं. To select a range of cells using keyboard, select the first cell of the range. Now press Shift key and move to the last cell of the range using the arrow keys. To select all the cells in the worksheet, click at cross section of the row on column heading. And the shortcut key to select all the cells in a worksheet is Ctrl plus A. To select ranges of cell not next to each other, select the first range of cell, press and hold Ctrl key and select the next range of cell. To deselect cells, click anywhere in the worksheet. Some important Excel specifications and limits. Open workbooks. It depends on available memory and system resources. Total number of worksheets in a workbook. It also depends on available memory and system resources. Default is one sheet. Total number of rows in worksheet 1,048,576. Total number of columns in a worksheet 16,384. Total number of characters that a cell can contain 32,767 characters. अब हम देखेंगे कि किस तरह से अपनी शॉर्टकट कीज और कीबोर्ड को यूज करके नेविगेशन की जा सकती है। To move one column right, press right arrow key. To move one column left, press left arrow key. Move one column up arrow key. Move one column down arrow key. Move to the last cell of the current row, Control plus right arrow key. Move to the first cell of the current row, Control plus left arrow key. Move to the last cell of the current column, Control plus down arrow key. Moves to the first cell of the current column, Control plus up arrow key. Moves to the last cell of the current worksheet, Control plus down arrow key and right arrow key. Or you can also press Control plus right arrow and then down arrow key. Moves to the first cell of first row in the worksheet, Control plus home. Moves to the last used cell on a worksheet is Control plus end. तो ये थी इनकी शॉर्ट कमांड्स। इन शॉर्ट कमांड्स को यूज़ करके आप अपनी वर्कशीट में नेविगेशन कर सकते हैं। एंटरिंग डाटा। Let's start entering data in a worksheet. The steps to enter the data in a worksheet are: click on C1 cell and type World Ranking. Click on A2 cell and type Team. Press right arrow key and type Cricket in B2 cell. Likewise, type Football in C2 cell and Tennis in D2 cell. Now click on A3 cell and type Pakistan and press Enter key. The cell pointer shifts to cell A4. Type Bhutan in cell A4. Similarly, enter the remaining data. इस तरीके से आप अपनी वर्कशीट में डाटा को एंटर कर सकते हैं। By default, numbers are right aligned while text is left aligned in a cell. Editing cell content data. The data entered in the cells in a worksheet can be edited later. The steps to edit the data in a cell are: double-click in a cell to edit the data in it, or click in the cell and press F2, the function key. Now edit the data. Or select the cell and edit the data in the formula bar. इन 3 तरीकों से आप अपने cell content को edit कर सकते हैं। To delete the data in a cell, press the backspace key or delete key. To replace a part of existing data, select the part of the existing data, numbers or letters, and type the new content. To insert new content in the existing data, click and position the insertion point and type the new content. Saving a workbook. The steps to save the workbook are: in File tab, click on Save As option. The Save As pane appears on the right of the window. Click on Browse button. In the dialog box, locate the drive or folder and enter the file name in File Name text box. Now click on Save button. इसके अलावा शॉर्टकट की Ctrl plus S भी इस्तेमाल की जा सकती है। Closing a workbook. The steps to close a workbook are: Step 1. In File tab, click on Close option. Opening a workbook. The steps to open an existing workbook are: Step 1. In the File tab, click on Open option. The Open pane appears on the right of the window. If the required file is listed in Recent Workbook sections, click on it, or click on this PC. Click on Browse button. The Open dialog box appears. Select the location where the required file is saved. Now select the file and click on Open button. किसी भी वर्कबुक को ओपन करने के लिए आप Ctrl plus O की शॉर्टकट की भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। तो डियर व्यूवर्स, ये था हमारा चैप्टर नंबर 5 इंट्रोडक्शन टू MS एक्सेल। इसमें हमने MS एक्सेल के मुख्तलिफ कंपोनेंट्स और उसके मुख्तलिफ फंक्शंस के बारे में स्टडी किया। तो अब हम इसी चैप्टर का एक क्विक रिव्यू करते हैं। Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program. Each Excel file is known as a workbook. A worksheet is a collection of cells in the form of rows and columns. A cell is the intersection of row and a column. Cell reference is the column letter and the row number that identifies a single cell. Cell range is a group of contiguous cells or cell adjacents to each other. Three types of data can be entered in MS Excel: text, numbers and formulas. तो व्यूअर्स, ये था हमारा चैप्टर नंबर 5 इंट्रोडक्शन टू MS Excel। उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आपको ये चैप्टर बहुत अच्छे तरीके से समझ आ गया होगा। आप MS Excel को ओपन करें, उसमें डाटा एंटर करें और इस डाटा को एडिट करें। इससे आपकी मज़ीद प्रैक्टिस होगी और ज़्यादा कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपके क्लियर होंगे। मैं आपसे अपनी नेक्स्ट वीडियो में मिलूंगा इसी चैप्टर की एक्सरसाइज के साथ। तब तक अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।